It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon for baseball, and we're here at Johnny Ambo Park for the REV Game of the Week, and today it's the biggest rivalry in Ascension Parish renewed, Santa Ma versus East Ascension. I'm Jeff Porsche. Jonathan Moore is with me. We're going to take a break and then come back with all the action. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timeline. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
REV Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Hi, I'm Haley Leindecker with Action Therapy and Wellness in Gonzales, and I'm here to show you simple exercises to improve shoulder strength and thoracic mobility for all athletes.
Resisted external rotation will strengthen your rotator cuff. Stand tall with your arms straight out and the elbow bent at 90 degrees. Keeping your elbow in place, rotate your arm outward against the resistance. For internal rotation, set up the same 90-90 arm position, but with the resistance anchored on the same side. Rotate your arm inward, bringing your hand towards the ground while keeping your elbow fixed. This is called open books and half kneeling. The resistance band is held forward with both hands. Rotate your upper body open to the side, pulling the band across while keeping your lower body stable.
Action Therapy and Wellness specializes in physical therapy, sports therapy, occupational, and hand therapy. Just remember, no referrals needed. Give us a call today.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
We're here for the REV Game of the Week, Saturday afternoon baseball, Game 2 of the 2-game series between Santa Ma and East Ascension. I'm Jeff Porsche. Jonathan Moore is with me, and you know it's rivalry day when the Gators are wearing orange. And so they're not wearing the black and gold today. They're wearing the orange, as they always do in the East Ascension rivalry. And so they're finishing up their infield practice, and we're just about ready to go. Like I said, this is game 2 of the 2-game series. Game 1 was played on Thursday over at Santa Ma, and Santa Ma had a pretty easy time with it as they won 8-2. And it wasn't easy early on, but then you saw it was scoreless after 3, but then they poured it on and got 8 runs, and then a couple of late runs for East Ascension wasn't enough. And so Tyson Sheets gets the win, Tristan Manuel gets the loss, and Leighton DeLone was 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. And so this is a big game for Santa Ma in district. If they can get the victory in the sweep against EA, you can see right now they're 2-3. They'd get back to 500. Right now, Dutchtown is on top in the district, and actually they're now 5-1 in district. They just ruled Denham Springs, so they got that win, and so they're now 19-8, 5-1. Walker, they are second. Prairieville has won 4 in a row in district, and right now they're tied in the 6th with Live Oak, so they are on a run right now. Denham and Live Oak are 3-3, and well, actually they're both 3-4 now because Denham lost to Dutchtown. Santa Ma, you see they're 6 right now, but they could do something here and get back to 500 and move ahead of definitely Denham Springs for sure in the loss column. And so it's a very important game for them. And so that's what's kind of at stake here. For East Ascension, they kind of have to right the ship here, and they need to start it now, because if they don't make a run, they're not going to make the playoffs. They have a 7-17 record, 1-6 in district. So need to get a win today for sure. Now, Jonathan's here, and I want to welcome you. First baseball game of the season for you here today. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the coaches for both teams?
Thank you, Jeff. Excited to be here. Yeah, we have on the Cinema side, we have Caleb Ricka. It's his first season coming over from Dutchtown. He's 13-13, looking to go above 500 this year. And like you said, there's no bigger game to do it than the EA game. EA Cinema, it's an Ascension Parish tradition. And then on EA side, we have Alex Gramillion, who it's his second season here. And he's a homegrown product, graduated in 11, and he's only coached at the high school level at this school, and, you know, taking the reins here and trying to rebuild. I mean, they lost a lot of kids to Prairieville 2 years ago, and just trying to kind of find his rhythm, find out where they want to go as a program, and hopefully they are able to turn it around and make a run to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, he replaced Cade Cowan, and Cade Cowan was a longtime head coach at East Ascension. Now he's the head coach at Prairieville, and he's doing a good job over there. And so now he's trying to get this program back on track. And so this is going to be a fun game here today. It's a beautiful day for baseball. As you can see, there's no clouds in the sky. Temperature is in the low to mid 70s, and it's going to pretty much be there all afternoon. Right now the wind is non-existent, but it has been a windy day. And something that could be pretty interesting is that the wind is blowing out. It's more blowing right field to left field, but it is blowing out. So with all the right-handed hitters, you may see some shots to the gap or some potential shots over the fence, and that always makes for an interesting day for baseball.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. We you know, you hate it whenever the wind is coming in. You love it when it's going out, and it really is going to be a lot of fun. So cannot wait to see what happens here. And, you know, as I said, just love it. You always love a good rivalry game. You know, there's so many places now where rivals don't exist, where everybody wants to be friends, but EA Santa Maria is one of the last true rivalries that we get to enjoy.
Yeah, all the teams are rivals here in Ascension Parish, and Santa Maria and Dutchtown has become a big rivalry because they have been two of the top teams, not only in district but in state. So when they play, usually a district title could potentially be at stake. East Ascension, though, is the true rival for the Gators, and that's why they wear the orange today. And you can see it's a good crowd there. When I got out here, I thought I was late for the game because the parking lot was already full. Turns out there was a JV game before, and Santa Maria won the JV game by a score of 10-4. But a lot of people stayed around, and they're here to see some good baseball and just enjoy the beautiful days of late March and early April, because once it gets to May, it's going to be really, really hot. And so that's what we have coming up. And let's take a look while we have a chance at the Santa Maria batting order. Jonathan will give that to you.
So leading off, we got Cooper Tomplay at second base, Andon Miet. In center field, Parker Guidry, who's playing third. Brock Kuntz, the catcher. Landon Blanchard, the shortstop. Leighton DeLong playing first. Quentin Ellisar in left field. Jackson Robert at DH. And then rounding out is Carter Stevens in right field for Santa Maria. That's going to be hitting today to start off.
And they're going to be facing Easton Lambert, who's on the mound. And why don't you give us the rest of the East Ascension defense?
So we're going to have Snowden, Powers, and Dial are going to be out there in the outfield. And then we got Cole Simpson, Lucas Cook, Peyton Morrow, and Carson Lacombe going to be rounding out the infield. And then Browning behind the plate with, as you said, Easton Lambert pitching. So hoping to put their best foot forward in this game.
Yes, it's a must-win for both teams, like we said. Santa Maria with a win could move up a couple of spots potentially in the district standings. Right now they're a playoff team, but they need to keep on winning, and they need to keep pace with the teams at the top. They've already played Dutchtown twice. They split with them, so they don't have to face Dutchtown again. They do have to face Prairieville in a couple of weeks, and that's going to be an interesting matchup. But if you can get the win against East Ascension, that's going to get you back to 500, and then you kind of control your own destiny in terms of like getting a winning record in district. Now, like I said, East Ascension, they are not a playoff team right now in the power rankings, and they're running out of time. They still have some big games ahead. They still have to play Prairieville. They still have to play Dutchtown. Actually, they did play Prairieville. They were swept by Prairieville. They have to play Dutchtown. They have to play Walker. And so they have a chance if they can win here and maybe split some series with a couple of those teams to maybe sneak into the 28. But if not, they can still build on building a program for next season. You see the umpires are there, and you see Coach Grimion right there, and behind him, Coach Ricca. And as you said, these are two young coaches. Coach Ricca comes from Santa Maria. He comes from Dutchtown. He played for Coach Shake at Dutchtown. He went to Northwestern, played ball there, and then played some minor league ball, and now he's back. He was an assistant for a year with Coach Shake, and now he is at Santa Maria, and he is replacing Brandon Bravada, who has kind of retired from the baseball game and at least as far as the high school level goes, and is now doing other things. And so that's a good shot of Coach Ricca right there, right behind Coach Grimion.
Yeah, and, Coach Ricca is his first year, and he really has had a good year. And when you look at the schedule, they've had 8 games decided by 2 runs or less.
Yeah.
So they've been in it. There's very few games that they've just been completely out of it. So, those 8 games, 2 runs or less, that's a pretty big swing. If you're able to split that, now you're looking at being in the top of district, not just a team fighting to get into the playoffs. So he's doing good, just trying to find his footing of where he wants to go with this team and getting them to where he wants them to be. And we'll see now, kind of as Prairieville gets settled where they're at, and as the redistricting kind of settles in, you'll start to know where your talent is coming from, what's coming in, and what you have to build with as a program. So Santa Maria is always a contender. They always have a good baseball program, and I'm excited to see where the future is. And he knows what winning looks like because he, as you said, was at Dutchtown, was around a winning culture. So we know he knows how to build that.
Yes, and he beat Dutchtown in the first district game, and they had a 1-0 district record. And then surprisingly after that, they've lost 3 in a row in district. They were swept by Walker. Their losing streak came to an end on Thursday when they beat East Ascension. East Ascension beat Live Oak a week ago, about a week and a half ago, but they've lost 4 in a row since then. And now we're going to turn it over to the public address announcer, Eric Brownfield, who is announcing the starting lineups.
Third baseman, number 8, Parker Peters. Batting fourth, catcher, number 16, Brock Brooks. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 11, Landon Blanchard. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 6, Leyland Salone. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 9, Quentin Ellisar. Batting eighth, the DH, number 7, Jackson Roberry. Sitting for the starting pitcher, number 4, Tyson Moran. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 23, Carter Stevens. Gators are coached by head coach Caleb Ricca and assistants Ryan Ricca, Mike Dukes, Colby Sheets, Dalen Arden, and Skylar Underwood. And now, your EA Spartans leading off at catcher, number 17, Hudson Browning. Batting second, in right, number 7, Ethan Dill. Batting third, at first base, number 32, Carson Lacombe. Batting fourth, in short, number 2, Lucas Cook. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 1, Dylan Howard. Batting sixth, the DH, number 30, Brody Brooks. He's hitting for the starting pitcher, number 10, Easton Lambert. Batting seventh, in left, number 9, Camden Snowden. Batting eighth, third baseman, number 18, Cole Simpson. Batting ninth, at second, number 3, Peyton Morrow. Spartans are coached by head coach Alex Freon and assistants Corey Smith, Scott Gotro, and Landon Long. This time, we'd like to ask you to please stand and remove your hats in the honor of America with the playing of our national anthem.
And it's time for 5A baseball. East Ascension hosting the Santa Maria Gators. Jeff Porsche is here along with Jonathan Moore, and we are just about ready for the warm-up pitches from the East Ascension pitcher, Easton Lambert, and as we said, behind the plate, Hudson Browning, the infield, Lacombe at first, Morrow at second, Simpson at third, Cook at short. In left, you have Snowden. In center, Powers, and in right field, Ethan Dial. And he's going to face 1, 2, 3 in the batting order, and that's Cooper Tomplay, Andon Miet, and the Parker Guidry. And I want to make one correction, Ethan Dill, not Dial, in right field. So we both made that mistake, and we're going to fix that. Yep. Ethan Dill in right field. And
we're going to do better. Yes,
indeed. And so we're ready. That's the pregame for us. Now we're in a regular game mode. Mm-hmm. And good shot right there of Easton Lambert, right-handed pitcher for the Spartans, wearing their blue uniforms today. Very colorful day for baseball, as East Ascension wearing the blue and the orange uniforms for the Gators, which will be these uniforms will be retired for another year after today. Santa Maria got their names on the back of these jerseys, so they will be able to have that as kind of a keepsake, I guess, after this season is over. So that's always fun to see. And East Ascension wearing their blue with the white caps, looking sharp as always.
One of the good things about Ascension Parish, man, our baseball teams always look crisp. You know, they always Absolutely. Look good. We always have good uniforms, and you know, there's just a lot of tradition around here. Especially if you go to either field, there's a lot of big names that have come through there, a lot of big names that have played, and they've looked good doing it.
And now the lefty, Cooper Tomplay, leads off for the Gators. Inside, he's crowding that plate. He's right on the chalk on the inner part of the left-handed batter's box, and it's a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. And there's a fly ball to center, and the center fielder was playing in shallow, and it's going to go way over his head, and this may go for 3. It is going to go for at least 3, and Coach Ricca is going to stop him there for a stand-up triple. Center fielder.
The third baseman missed the cutoff pitch, and he was able to score on an error.
And so you have a triple and an error, and so first batter, and it's 1-0. So, yeah, I looked down to mark the my scorebook, and the throw was off, and then the run winds up scoring. As you can see right there, gets past the third baseman. I believe that was the shortstop who cut that off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the things that happens sometimes whenever you're dealing with a young team, you make those kind of mistakes, getting people to the cutoff, knowing where your position's supposed to be, knowing what you're supposed to be doing. And, Cook right there, the shortstop, going to try to connect with the third baseman, Cole Simpson, and Simpson just makes a mental error, and that error costs your team a run. But Simpson, only a sophomore, so he's young and learning, and he'll take something from that.
And so the first pitch to Miet is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0. Gators early on East Ascension. I was a bit surprised as you see the next pitch, breaking ball, nice strike. The outfield was playing extremely shallow, and that burned them on the Tomplay hit to center field. Tomplay had a home run last time we saw them when they played Dutchtown. He had a solo shot to right field, and it was a no-doubt shot. So that guy had power, and the outfield really just got burned on the shallow depth right there. And pitch is a ball, and it's 3-1.
Especially with the wind blowing the way that it is, it's just a little bit surprising that they would, like you said, play that shallow where you could see it as soon as the ball was hit, it carried.
It definitely did, and it's fouled away, and it's 3-2. Just got the thumbs up from Coach Travis Usey. He's in the house today. That used to be a house divided. His wife used to be an admin at East Ascension. So they're here today. And that's fouled away. I always see a lot of well-known people from the sports world in Ascension Parish at this game, and today there's no exception.
It really is the place to be. I mean, even when I was not really involved with high school athletics, you always wanted to be at the Santa Maria games.
Yes. And there's a slow bouncer foul. Of course, I was mentioning Travis Husey right there. He had a great season with with Santa Maria basketball this year. They got a top 8 seed and won their first round game, and really good season for the Gators in basketball as well. And there's a bouncer to second. Morrow has it to Lacombe, and that's the first out. And with 1 out, you'll see Parker Guidry coming to the plate. So 4-3, and you have the first out of the top of the first inning. Good job by the second baseman, Morrow, just waiting for the hop. Quick throw. Easily retired.
Yeah, and, get that first out, and now as a pitcher, got a little bit more confidence.
Breaking ball to Parker Guidry is a strike.
He's had 2 really nice breaking balls in this first inning.
Pitch outside, count even at 1-1. So if you missed it and we're tuning in a little late, Tomplay tripled to lead off, and in an error on the throw to third was able to score the run. Great stop by Cook, but he is not going to be able to get that throw in time, and that's an infield hit for Parker Guidry. Cook made a great stop, but in the hole that deep against a guy that like Guidry, who has good speed, no chance.
Yeah, that was really good defensive stop right there, keeping from being extra base hits, and just didn't have the arm strength. But, hold him at first, try to set up the double play.
So just to kind of recap, that leadoff hitter, Tomplay, tripled to center field, got to third, and then the throw to third was late, and it got away from the third baseman. It was off, and then he was able to score on the error. So a triple and an error have resulted in that first run, and the count now even, 1-1. Parker Guidry at first, 1 out.
Another one of the really nice breaking balls. This is third one of this inning.
Taken back to first.
Yeah, Santa Maria definitely has some speed. You saw it in the first hit, all the way to third. I mean, he was past second before the center fielder even got the ball.
Yeah. 1-1 pitch. Runner not going, pitch outside. 2-1. They have a good combination of speed and power. They can run the bases really well, but they can also hit the ball for power. Playing in that smaller ballpark that they have, that's what they usually do. And there's a slow bouncer to second, and the shortstop throws the first. Cook to Lacombe for the second out. He kind of stumbled before he got into the grass to get that ball, the shortstop Cook, and that might have prevented him from getting a play at second.
Yeah, it looks like his cleats might have grabbed that turf just a little bit, which, unfortunately, was one of the things that kind of happens with that turf. Sometimes your cleats will just grab it, and instead of digging in, it'll hold them down.
And he was able to recover very nicely, though. He still gets the second out. It would have been hard to turn a double play right there. Landon Blanchard, the lefty, now at the plate for the Gators. 1 run in, runner on second, out away. So Tom Play with the triple and the error scores the first run. Miet grounded to second. Guidry with the infield single to short. Kuntz grounds out 6-3, and that's where we stand right now. And a pitch push to right field, and it is going foul by about 5 feet.
And that's one of the ones where you're thankful for the wind right there, because had that wind had not been blowing, that would have been a fair ball. That was only foul by just a few feet. And
That's a good point. That wind is blowing from left to right. It's kind of blowing out to right from left field. The right-handed pull hitters have a chance to do something if they can make some good contact. Now the count 1-2. And it's popped to right, and the the left fielder makes the catch. Snowden for the third out. And so 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the first, and it's 1-0 Gators. And here's the starting lineup for East Ascension.
So we're going to have Hudson Browning, their catcher, leading off, followed by Ethan Dill. And Carson Lacombe, first baseman, hitting third. Lucas Cook hitting cleanup. Dylan Powers, the center fielder, in the 5-hole. Brody Brooks, the DH, batting 6th. Camden Snowden, left field, batting 7th. Cole Simpson, the third baseman, batting 8th. And Peyton Morrow, their second baseman, rounding it out at 9.
And so they're going to face a pretty good pitcher from Santa Maria, Tyson Moran. And so Moran, it's going to be an unusual look for them because he's a lefty. And so that's going to be fun to watch. We've got the righty for East Ascension and the lefty for the Gators. And he's going to face, as you said, 1, 2, and 3, Hudson Browning, Ethan Dill, and Carson Lacombe.
One thing Santa Maria always seems to have is pitchers. I mean, how many, they've got some all-time greats that were in the majors that played, and they always seem to have good pitchers. So you look at Moran kind of continuing that tradition. And like I said earlier, this is a team that 8 losses by 2 runs or less. So you don't get there if it's not for your pitching keeping the games close. So
you had a Santa Maria pitcher win a national championship last year. So kind of continuing that tradition, and you've had other great pitchers as well. So let's see what he can do here in the bottom of the first, and we're going to see East Ascension's top hitter for the last 4 years, a 4-year starter, Hudson Browning, at the plate right away. So you go with your best player at the top of the lineup. That's what a lot of teams do now instead of putting him in that 3 or 4 hole.
Yeah, on-base percentage is a much bigger deal now than it's ever been.
And it's popped up in the first pitch. Guidry gives way to Blanchard, and Blanchard makes the catch with 1 out. Let's look at the defensive starters for Santa Maria.
So for Santa Maria, we got in the outfield, you got Quentin Elisar and Miette and Carter Stevens. In the infield, we've got Parker Guidry, Landon Blanchard, Cooper Tomplay, and Leighton DeLong. Then we got Brock Coots behind the plate, followed by Tyson Morin, who's going to be pitching.
And he got one pitch and one out. And now the pitch to Dill is low.
Yeah, you talked about Browning. I mean, there's such an emphasis now on on-base percentage. You know, that money ball tactic. And teams want to get their best players on base.
And one thing that I kind of have learned and kind of understand about that is when you get to the end of the game, you don't want your best hitter in that 3 spot on deck with the final out.
Mm-hmm.
You want your best hitter to come to the plate at the 7th inning, and so he may not get there if you're in that cleanup spot, and that's another strategy that they like to use. Now count 1-2 to Ethan Dill.
Yeah, it's great watching the game evolve and seeing what teams do different, and I mean it seems to be working, but it is different. I mean, if you grew up, you had the fastest guy batting leadoff.
Yep. Yeah, teams don't steal a lot of bases, at least on the college or pro level. You do see it on the high school level a lot, but now the count has evened to 2-2. And there's a drive to left. Coming in, making the play is Quentin Ellisar for the second out. So left fielder makes the catch, and 2 outs. Carson McComb comes to the plate for the Spartans. Everybody's playing shallow, it looks like.
Yeah.
The Santa Maud outfield playing pretty shallow. Now they backed up a little bit for Lacombe, and they are playing him to pull right. The center fielder has him shaded towards right, and he takes a strike for the first pitch.
Morin pitching very confidently. You know, had a good breaking ball earlier, and
he's making quick work of the Spartans so far.
Yeah.
Pitch is outside, 1-1.
He's had good command so far this inning, and we'll see how long he's able to continue it. But so far this first, he's
bouncer to first. DeLone is going to take care of it himself. 3 unassisted. It's a 1-2-3 inning. No run, no hit, no error. Nobody left. And we go to the second inning, and it is 1-0 Santa Maud. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
I'm Duke Gronowski, and I love being a customer of REV. I was with one of the big guys, and I just wasn't getting the service that I expected. With 5-star customer service, I knew I'd be in great hands with REV. So moving into my first home, having technology that worked smoothly and worked every time was very important to me. I do a lot of virtual calls online, conference calls, and it's important for me not to have those calls buffering, paused, or anything like that. And the speed is great. The bandwidth is there. Switching to REV Fiber Internet was a no-brainer to me.
And we're back at Johnny Ambo Park in Gonzales for East Ascension versus Santa Maud. It's 1-0 Gators as we go to the top of the second inning. Easton Lambert on the mound is going to face 6, 7, and 8. That's Leighton DeLone, Quentin Ellisar, and Jackson Robert. And Lambert had trouble with that first batter, but then after he scored on the error, he had a pretty solid inning after that.
Yeah, he was able to get a few ground outs, and had the shortstop just had, an MLB arm, he would have had a ground out there as well. But
and this time you have a fly ball to center, and playing shallow, Powers makes the easy catch. So the shallow center fielder right there is beneficial for the first out.
Yeah, and they have been playing shallow, and other than the first batter, and maybe he just made great contact on it. But even Santa Maud, also, as you noted, playing very shallow, So maybe that's kind of the scouting report today. They just don't feel like either team has a lot of power thus far.
And it's fouled away. So that's 3 outs in a row for Lambert. He gave up 2 hits in the first, the triple by Tomplay, and then an infield single by Parker Guidry. 0-1. And that is a fly ball to right, and it looks like it's going out of play, and it is.
He's had good command of the zone so far. There haven't been any pitches that have been wild, or he's had good command, and you just hope. He did have to throw a lot of pitches in that first inning. You just hope that his arm able to stay with him.
Oh, 2 pitch, 1 out. And it's a base hit through the hole. Solid base hit for Quentin Ellisar.
So just a good hit right there.
Yep.
Kind of looked like a fastball down and away, and he just able to bring it in.
In the hole between short and third.
Yep.
Third hit of the game for the Gators. Jackson Robert comes to the plate, lefty.
And this their DH, and what you see a lot of teams doing with designated hitters now is those are their speed guys.
Mm-hmm. People who can make contact.
Mm-hmm. So
You have
a
I think a courtesy runner has come in.
Yeah, they're bringing him in right now.
Yes. Number 30 for the Gators, which is, let me check the name. Let's check it in the in Lyle's roster here. Number 30. That would be Brandon Planchet.
So Planchet, a little bit of a leadoff, and I think
they take him back. Yep.
I think they know that he might be fast.
He has not a huge lead. He's at the edge of the semicircle down at first base. As the next pitch is a ball, 2-0 to Robert. And there's a drive to left center base hit. Hit number 4, and so you have back-to-back hits to left field for Ellisar and Robert. And now with 1 out, runners on first and second for the Gators. And that'll bring up Carter Stevens.
So just another small hit over the shortstop, but 2 runners now, only 1 out.
Yep.
And if you're EA right here, you desperately need either a pop out or a strikeout.
Tomplay's triple was solid, but these other hits have been little infield hits and just little flares out to left field and finding the holes. And good job of hitting by the Gators so far, just finding the right spots.
Big lead right there from the second baseman, and saw Lambert bring him back to the base, and he's really keeping an eye on him.
Breaking ball. That might get through the hole. It does, and it's a base hit, and a run will come to the plate. Throw is wide, and he will score, and it's 2-0. And so Planchet, courtesy runner for Ellisar, scores on the RBI base hit by Carter Stevens.
Just out of the reach of the second baseman. Good little hit right up the middle.
They find the holes.
Yep. And, just good hitting.
Mm-hmm. That's absolutely right. RBI base hit for Stevens, and now Tomplay.
Which now we might kind of see why they have the infielders so far in. Because so far all the hits have just been little hits through the infield. And
right. But this guy, though.
Yeah.
He had that solid shot to center field over the center fielder's head.
Yeah. He just found one and was able to drive it out there. Ended up landing, going about 400 feet.
Outfield still playing shallow on him. Breaking ball misses, 2-0.
Yeah, and you can kind of see, I mean, they, even in the first pit, whenever he went to a bat, they threw inside just once or twice, but they've really been trying to keep him down and away. And he was able to take that in the last at bat, he was able to take that one down to center.
First and second, fouled away. 2-1. So Lambert went through that stretch where he retired 3 in a row, but now he's given up back-to-back-to-back base hits. None of them really hard hit balls, but effective singles. And now it's 2-1 to Temple. Breaking ball, and that's a beauty. 2-2 the count. 1 out, 1 run in, 2-0 Gators.
He has thrown some very nice curveballs so far. I mean, just been some unfortunate hits that have gone through the infield.
And there is a shot to left, caught. No, it's over his head. It goes through him, and it's going to be extra bases for Temple. And another run will score. Robert scores, and it's 3-0 Gators, and runners are now at second and third with 1 out. That ball was a very catchable ball. Look at that. He's right there, and it just got off his glove.
So looking.
And that's going to be an E7 according to the scorekeeper.
Man. That was just a ball looking straight up in the sky. It's a blue sky, and that's a hard catch to make. But
it was a makeable catch, though.
It was.
And that's why he was charged with the error. And so now a second run will come in. It's 3-0 Gators. Do have a score update from district play. Prairieville and Live Oak are now in extra innings. They're in the top of the 8th, 1-1. And now this is Miette, excuse me.
That's a big game
for
this district.
Miette pops up the bunt, and Browning hops on it and makes the catch for a second out. And so the squeeze may have been on there, maybe a safety squeeze, and it's unsuccessful. So good job by the pitcher getting Miette to pop it up, and good job by Browning with the awareness.
Yeah, everything was going good for Santa Maud. Unfortunate thing happened with the bunt right there.
There's a deep drive to the left, and that's over the left fielder's head, and it's going to bounce over for a ground rule double. That was maybe the hardest hit shot of the day so far by Parker Gidley. And so both runs will score because they were on second and third. And so now 4 runs are in this inning, and it's 5-0 Gators in the top of the second.
Yeah, that was a good shot, and that's why the bunt kind of surprised me with how well you've been hitting.
Yeah, they have 4 hits this inning.
Yeah, coach is going out to talk to him.
Yeah. It's Coach Grimion, I believe. Entire staff for East Ascension. You have Grimion and Corey Smith, Scott Gautreaux, and Landon Roland. This game is starting to get away from East Ascension early. Got to get an out here as you have another runner in scoring position. You had the fly out by DeLone to start the inning. Then LSR singled, Robert singled, Stevens singled and drove in Stevens. Temple had a fly ball to left that was misplayed by the left fielder for an error, and another run came in, and then you got the 2-out RBI ground rule double, 2 RBI ground rule double by Parker Gidry, and now it's 5-0.
And now you have the cleanup hitter in there, and this has kind of been what has happened with EA is they'll go 2, 3, 4 innings with zeros, but then they'll have one really bad inning. And that's kind of what's happening right now.
So you have six hits and 2 errors while Santa Maud is at the plate. and there's a fly ball to center. And I think he's going to make a play, backs up, Powers makes the catch for the third out. And so it's a productive inning for Sandoval, to say the least. You got 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. Then we go to the bottom of the second, and it's 5-0 Gators. Here's the top 10.
Looking at the power rankings, I mean, Barb and Zachary and Dutchtown on top, and always 3 teams that are pretty good at baseball right there. We got Benton, Sam Houston, and Walker as the next 3, followed by Hanville, West Monroe, Sulphur, and Prairieville. And Prairieville, second year in the top 10 already. I mean, that's something you can kind of hang your hat on.
They were able to get some good kids to come along, because there are so many kids that come out of Dutchtown, Sandoval, and EA, and you got a lot of talented kids who didn't want to wait till their senior year to play. So some of them played last year, and now they have a heavy senior lineup, and that's why they're doing what they're doing. The game is in the bottom of the 8th. They didn't score in the top of the 8th. They're playing Live Oak right now, so Live Oak with a chance to win in the bottom of the 8th perhaps. But you got 3 teams in the top 10 from 5-5A. Dutchtown at 3, Walker at 6, and Prairieville at 10.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a tough schedule whenever you're playing in this district. I mean, it's tough in just about every single sport, but you have 3 teams that have won at least 17 games.
Yeah.
So that's hard, and you have 3 teams that are above 500 in district play. So, I mean, it's going to be a big game, like you said, and if Live Oak is able to pull it out and go 500, then you have 4 teams in there that are going to be 500 or above. So
right, it looks like so far Sandoval is on their way to having a chance to even up their slate, as they have a 5-run lead here in the second inning. But there's still plenty of baseball to be played. Tyson Morin, after having a 3-up, 3-down first, will face Lucas Cook, Dylan Powers, and Brody Brooks. That's 4, 5, and 6 for the Spartans.
And Morin, really good control in that first inning, and was able to 3-up, 3-down, and had good defense as well. And once again, the outfielders playing very shallow.
Yeah.
So if you're able to get one with a little bit of power on it, I mean, with the way this wind, now the wind is kind of blowing in.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's definitely a good observation. I never noticed that until you mentioned it. So kind of blowing in from center now. That'll change things up.
Yep. A good pitch right down the middle. It's kind of blowing in towards left field if it does shift.
There's a ball. Count 1-1. Cook, the cleanup hitter. At shortstop. There's a fly ball to right, and Stevens gets under it and makes the catch for the first out. So 4 in a row retired for Morin.
He has not been afraid to pitch in the zone so far.
Right.
And he's only thrown a breaking ball. I've only seen one. He might have thrown a couple more, but he has not been afraid to attack these EA hitters.
Now you have the center fielder, Dylan Powers, with 1 out. And there's a drive over the head of the second baseman. Solid base hit for Powers, and East Ascension gets their first hit of the ball game.
So same thing. He tried to attack the zone, and Powers able to make him pay for that one. So we'll see if this is maybe the big inning EA's hoping for. Bring up the TH, Brody Brooks.
Number 30. Need to get some runs. Don't want to put a 0.
Just misses a little bit down and inside.
And that is a check swing foul out of play. Kind of protecting the plate, maybe.
I think he realized at the last second it was a little high, but he had already committed at that point.
Yeah, he kind of maybe wanted to pull back for a second.
That is very difficult to do. And it's one of the funniest things to watch in baseball when the hitters, I didn't go. And then you see the replay. You definitely went.
Yep. Well, if you made contact, it doesn't matter if you went around or not. 1-1. Oh, that's a nice pitch.
That was a
Swing
good
and a
pitch.
miss.
So,
Moran looking for his first strikeout of the game. As you said, he's getting them to make contact.
yeah, I mean, that kind of seems to be the game plan so far. We're 6 hitters in, and
Count on your defense.
Yeah.
It's fouled away, just barely gets to the backstop.
that was a good job by Brooks right there to just get some contact to the ball because that was a good pitch.
So Cook flew to the left. Powers is at first with a single and a strikeout. First strikeout of the game for Tyson Moran. Brooks goes down swinging in those 2 outs.
Yeah, it just, like I said, good pitch. I think that was 1 high and then 2 straight down and away, or 2 straight outside, and he just wasn't able to catch up with it.
This is Camden Snowden, the left fielder. That one got away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Powers not able to advance as Kuntz makes the play.
Powers keeps on getting a decent lead, and
That's popped up. I think DeLone is going to call for it, and he does, and he gets the 3rd out of the inning. And so no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the 3rd, and it's 5-0 Gators. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timeline. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
Rev Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
Top of the 3rd, and the Gators are going to come to the plate trying to extend their 5-0 lead on East Ascension. They had a really solid inning off of Lambert in the 2nd. They got 4 runs on 4 hits and an error, including a ground rule double, 2 RBIs by Parker Guidry. And so now you're going to get 5, 6, 7. Landon Blanchard, Peyton DeLone, and Quentin Elisar for Sandoval. They were able to get to Lambert here, but right there you get that breaking ball.
Yep.
He's done a good job with that breaking ball. Hadn't made a lot of contact with that one.
Yeah, the breaking ball has looked really good. It's been when he has to pound the plate with the fastballs where you kind of seeing the problems. But his breaking ball, good movement on it, and he's had really good command with it too.
Just misses low, and it's 2-1.
Tried to get that one in there, but just below the knees. So same thing, playing very shallow. The wind kind of blowing in from right into left field a little bit.
Fly ball, and the shortstop, Lucas Cook, tracks it and makes the catch for the 1st out. And so Blanchard has flown to left and flown to center, and now, flown to shortstop, and DeLone, who has flown to center, is now up 0 for 1 on the day. This part of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6, he hadn't had problems with. He hasn't gotten any of those on base. It's been the top and the bottom of the order that have caused all the problems.
Yeah.
And there's a drive to second. Morrow has it, throws to Lacombe for the 2nd out. And so 4, 5, and 6 are now 0 for 6 on the day.
Yeah, they're they're making contact, but it's just not like the other ones have just managed to find a little bit of the hole. They had the one little dribbler that got past the second baseman, the one that just got in between the third and shortstop, and then the one that went off the glove and the left fielder.
And there is a nice strike. LSR couldn't do anything with that one, and it's a strike, 0-1. He singled to left in the second inning. He started the big 4-run rally. There's a bouncer. Good stop by Simpson and the throw to first for the out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Good answer by Lambert right there. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the third, and it's 5-0 Gators. And Santa Ma has a lot of important games coming up in this regular season.
Yeah, look, Live Oak coming up next week, and that game's big. Live Oak fighting for playoffs. Right now they're still
top of the ninth. Yes.
So they're still tied. They're trying to be 500, and next week they'll be taking it to them, trying to be above that, wanting to get in district, and then Prairieville, which is huge. Prairieville right now, who's third right now in district. Santa Ma wanting to take both of those games, and then Denham Springs. So Santa Ma does not have an easy schedule remaining, and they really, to have a realistic shot at playoffs, they probably need to win 4 out of 6 of those games.
They should make the playoffs, but they would have to make a big run to get into that top 16 to host a playoff series. But these teams, those are the teams that are, Prairieville, I believe, is 4-3. Live Oak is 3-4, and Denham Springs is 3-3. So these are the teams in that middle pack. And if they can separate themselves from the pack, they could make things interesting and finish in the top 3. That could be their goal at this point.
And they've been getting better this year. I mean, they had, as I said, so many close games early on that were just 1- and 2-run games. And as they start figuring it out, you'll start to see them winning those games.
You're right. It could definitely happen. Right now, Moran is facing 8-9-1. Cole, Simpson, Peyton Morrow, and Hudson Browning. So the first plate appearance for Simpson. He takes a strike. Count is even, 1-1.
And he is pitching quickly.
Yep, he's feeling his groove. When you get that rhythm, you don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't want to have any delays. That pitch is inside, so now he falls behind 3-1.
That's kind of the first 2 that we've seen back-to-back that weren't in the zone.
He has definitely been all over that strike zone. 3-1, leadoff hitter. Oh, he swung at ball 4. Tomplay goes over to DeLone. That's one that he probably wishes he probably would have took right there.
You're hoping you get 3-1. Maybe he tries to throw something down the middle.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's high and away.
Yeah, it was above the letters, above the Spartans. So I think that probably was ball 4. And so he bounces out 4-3, and Morrow comes to bat, the number 9 hitter, second baseman for the Spartans. And that pitch is just outside.
And let's see if we can get some 9-hole magic right here. And
yep. Santa Ma hasn't been able to do that. Let's see if they can. Foul away. 1-1.
So, same thing, Moran. No problem attacking the zone.
Nope, he's retired 7 of 8, and only one of them is a strikeout. And there is a drive to right center base hit. Solid hit, and there's the 9-hole magic you were asking for right there. That's always a great advantage when your 9-hole hitter can get on base.
It's typically one of the places you don't bury your worst hitter there, but you typically aren't in the 9-hole because you're lighting it up in the top 3. And when you're able to get on and actually give, and this is like you talked about earlier, now you give your best hitters the advantage of trying to get you home.
Yep. This is why it's good to have that leadoff hitter. If you got somebody that can go and get on base in front of him, and you have a fly ball to right field, and Carter Stevens makes the catch for the second out. So Browning is not able to pick up the runner right there or advance him. And so you got to fly to right for the second out. He is flown to short and flown to right. And now Ethan Dill comes to the plate. He is flown to left.
And, Browning was aggressive there. And then that's kind of what we're starting to see is some of these EA hitters are getting a little bit more aggressive as we get later in the lineup.
Yeah, they need to get some runs here because they are down 5 and facing a good hitting Gator team. Not much of a lead. He's not much of a threat. And he's in the hole. Dill 0-2.
That was a good pitch inside right there.
Runner going. Fouled away.
A little hit and run action right
Had
there.
a little better lead that time. He didn't have much of a lead on the prior pitch.
So same thing, the second baseman playing deep and outfielders playing super shallow.
And he tries a breaking ball, no chance, and it's 1-2. When you get those 2 strikes, your strategy kind of changes, especially with 2 outs. You want to get that runner going in case you make contact, because he's going on contact no matter what. He's going again, and there's a fly ball to left, and LSR comes in and makes the catch for the third out. Flies out to left to end the inning. No runs or no hits, no errors. 1 left. We go to the 4th. It's 5-0 Gators. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timeline. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
Rev Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzalez. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
We're in the top of the 4th. Jeff Porsche with you with Jonathan Moore at Johnny Ambo Park here at East Ascension. And Easton Lambert on the mound got a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd, and we'll see if he can repeat that in the 4th. He's going to face number 8 hitter, number 9 hitter, and the leadoff hitter. That's Jackson Robert, Carter Stevens, and Cooper Tomplay. First pitch, a little low. Tomplay, excuse me, he's hitting 3rd. Robert is at the plate. He had a single to left in the 2nd and later scored. And that's a strike.
Good pitch inside right there.
Lambert's gotten 4 in a row.
Good pitch.
Absolutely, and it's 1-2. The first time around, 7, 8, and 9 all got base hits, which is a cardinal sin for a pitcher. Trying to not make that happen here, and there's a bouncer over the head of the pitcher. It's going to have to be a quick throw, not in time. That's an infield hit, for sure.
Yeah, that's a hard play to field right there. Little bouncer.
Yep.
In the infield, just over the pitcher's glove.
Yep. And so Jackson Robert in the DH spot is 2 for 2. Now Carter Stevens, who singled to right center, just past the second baseman. He also scored a run. And he may square here and drop one, but that ball in the dirt offered anyway, and it's foul.
That ball was very, very inside.
Yep. So Robert will go back to first. Want to get a run in scoring position here with Temple and Miet coming up right behind him. 1-2 in the batting order.
Who have both done very well today. And
yep. With a 5-run lead, your strategy kind of changes. You don't have to go for the big inning. You've already had the big inning. You just want to get some insurance runs.
Yeah, in high school baseball, anything can happen.
Drops one, foul.
So our third bunt attempt, and
so bunt may be out of play here.
But for how good they've been hitting, I really am surprised they are bunting, because they have not really had a problem making contact with the ball.
No, they've had 7 base hits now on the day. They lead in hits 7-2. Takes outside for a ball, not offering at all right there.
Yeah, Lambert trying to just see if he can get him fishing right there.
Robert is taking some pretty good leads. About an average lead right now. 1-2. Oh, I think Lambert wanted that one.
Yeah, that was a good pitch.
That was close.
Was. Umpire said it's just a little inside.
2-2. Nobody out.
So you still have a pitch to play with here if you're Lambert. You just don't want to put anything in the dirt that might get past your catcher.
Runner going, and he just gets it off the end of the bat. Foul. I think with the breaking ball, Robert had that base stolen. But Stevens is protecting him right there.
Yeah, because that probably, it looked like it was going to be a strike.
Quick throw. Trying to keep him close. He knows with 2 strikes there could be some movement here. Not going. Foul. Hard hit.
Yep. He's making
him throw some pitches.
He had a contact.
Yeah, he had a lot of pitches in that second inning, but he was able to recover in the third with a pretty quick 1-2-3 inning. Runner fakes, flies to left. Snowden makes the catch. And Robert goes back to first. So 1 out. Runner remains at first, and Cooper Temple, he had the triple and scored on the error. So he had a combo triple error on his first at bat, made it 1-0. Then he flew to left, but the left fielder misplayed it, and a run came in.
And he is so far crowding that plate. He has crept in further and further each at bat, and now his feet are almost to the end of the chalk.
He flies to center, and Powers makes the play this time. First at bat, it went over his head, but that was an easy fly ball right there.
So far, I mean, other than that first hit, the scouting report has been pretty good for both teams.
Yeah.
Have your outfielders in. They really feel like that wind is not pushing it out. It's just going to push it from right to left, and so able to play it much better there.
Looking back to first. Andon Miet, he's trying to get his first hit of the game. He grounded to second and popped to the catcher. Runner going, throw to second, not in time. Stolen base.
Able to get that another strike, and now with 2 outs, 2 strikes.
Count is actually 0-1. Yeah, 0-1.
Fakes that throw to second, and
every run here that Santa Monica could potentially get is critical. Just makes it that much harder for East Ascension to come back. Tried that inside corner, but missed. 1-1. So you had Robert with the infield hit. Stevens flies to left. Tomplay flies to center. Now Miet. And there is a base hit. Right fielder playing shallow, though. There will be a play at the plate, and the runner goes back, and there will hold him at third. So that's why you play that shallow infield, to keep that run from scoring right there.
That was a really good throw by Dill. You know, he got it right to the catcher, and Coach Rico, who's coaching the third base, knew it, held up the third baseman, and that was a very good throw to save a run right there.
Now you got Parker Guidry at the plate, and he ground rule doubled. Probably the hardest hit ball of the game. Miet has a huge lead. Not going, though. It's first and third, and ball one with 2 outs. 5-0 Gators. They got 4 in the second, blew this game open.
And Lambert really wants to get out of this inning. He keeps on looking at the runners, doing a little fake throw, and just keeping an eye on them, but
nibbling at that corner, but home plate umpire doesn't call the strike, and it's 2-0. Go back to first. Like I said, Miet's got a big lead.
yeah, I mean, he's going on contact.
He would likely score on an extra base hit. Breaking ball, and Miet takes second with no throw. So now he'll definitely score on a base hit.
Yeah, it's got some speed.
Strike on the inside corner. He's been toying with that corner on the inside and the outside, and he finally got the umpire to call the strike, and now it's 2-2. 2-2. 2 on, 2 out.
The catcher thought it was strike 3 right there.
I think so.
I did too.
Low and outside. Count is full.
So if we get a strikeout here or we get a pop out, ground out, then we get to go in. If we load the bases, we might see a mound visit.
Yeah, the pitches are racking up now. 3-2. And base hit to center. 1 run is in. There'll be a play at the plate, and he is safe. And Parker Guidry has 4 RBIs on the day. How about that?
Wow.
And so it is now 7-0 Gators. Parker Guidry coming up big.
Well hit ball. Good job hitting the cutoff man, but not quicker than those 2 runners.
So Parker Guidry having a day, 3 for 3, 4 RBIs. The difference in today's ball game for sure. Now Kuntz will take a ball, and Guidry will take second.
Yeah, not even
without a throw.
offering right there.
7-0. And a strike on that outside corner. He's been trying to get that outside corner, and I think he's doing a better job of getting there now.
He is, and you know, credit to Lambert. He has not lost his composure. I know there's 2 really good pitches.
Yep.
You know, the game is obviously not going his way. I mean, the score's 7-0, but we haven't seen anything crazy. He hadn't put any balls above somebody's head. He's just continuing to throw the best he can, and good job by him. I mean, they've been able to see it when it's in the zone, but he hasn't gotten erratic.
That one's outside. 2-2. 2-2. 2 outs. Runner on second.
Yeah.
2 runs are in.
He knows he's only 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning, so.
That one is outside.
And we haven't seen a lot of swings and misses from Sandoval. They've done a good job of taking them, and the pitches that they have been able to hit, I mean, we've seen it. They've had really good contact.
And ball 4. So now you got a runner at first and second. Kuntz was 0 for 2 coming into that at bat. Walks.
I was seeing if there was anyone up in the bullpen, but I don't see anybody.
Yeah, I don't see anybody either. I was thinking the same thing. Great minds think alike. Now you got Landon Blanchard trying to get his first hit of the game. If you recall, 4, 5, and 6 have not gotten a hit so far.
Sandoval's got a few pitchers warming up in theirs. So maybe they're getting ready to give Morin the rest of the day off.
I see a catcher going back to the bullpen for East Ascension. Cooper Babin is the
quarterback.
Courtesy running. Yeah, the quarterback. Absolutely.
Adding to his high school resume.
Yep. 1-1 now to count to Blanchard. Fly to the left, fly to short. And looks Guidry back to second. 2 runs are in this inning. Courtesy of 2 RBI, a single to center by Guidry. Fouled away. So again, Lambert's 1 strikeout away from getting out of this inning, or just 1 strike, 1 pitch.
Keeping an eye on that second baseman.
And there's a base hit to right, and they're sending the runner, and the right fielder bobbles it. They're going to go to third, and that nearly goes into the dugout. They're going to try to send the runner home, and he is tagged out. So that is going to be a 9-5-2 for the third out on the RBI base hit by Blanchard. 1 run scores, making it 8-0, and that's where we stand. So you're going to have 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, 1 left, and so it's going to be 8-0 Gators as we go to the bottom of the 4th. And the Spartans have a lot of seniors on this team that they have honored this season.
Yeah, from the shirt off the back night, you know, a great tradition with the students and the teachers. You have Dylan Powers, Lucas Cook, Peyton Morrow, and Dawson Landry all giving their teachers the shirt off their back, and what a great job it was.
Got all the other ones as well. They have a lot of big old senior
there's Dill,
senior
Avery
class.
Gotro, Easton Lambert, Camden Snowden, and look at that, Ethan Blanchard, Hudson Browning, and then
it's Chop Lewis.
Chop Lewis up there, man. The class of 2026, and that is a big class.
Yeah. We've seen, especially Browning, he's been a 4-year starter. He has been one of the best players in recent years in Ascension Parish, and he's going to be playing college ball as well. And so,
do you know if he's committed anywhere?
I heard Northwestern, I believe. I might have to verify that between innings with Eric Brownfield, the EA Encyclopedia.
Yeah, that's one thing about Ascension Parish. There is never a shortage of baseball talent. I mean, every school in Ascension Parish seems to have good baseball teams.
Yeah, and you have a good one out here with Sandoval, as you see right now with the 8-0 lead on the Spartans, and the pitch to Lacombe misses, and it's 2-0. So it's 3-4-5. Carson Lacombe, Lucas Cook, and Dylan Powers for the Spartans.
And the outfield playing
a
little bit more respectful with him.
Well, he has a power hitter frame for sure.
Yeah.
Count 2-1.
Yes, he does.
And he was swinging for the fences right there.
And only a junior, so get to see him play again next year, Lacombe. And
it's 2-2. Swing and a miss. Coons holds on, and it's a strikeout. That's only the second strikeout of the day for Morin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's much more pitch to contact today, but he's done a good job, and we really haven't seen the same thing as with Lambert. Haven't seen a lot of pitches get away from him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, he hadn't made any mistake pitches either, and that anyone's really been able to take advantage of.
Lucas Cook takes a strike. He flew out to left in the second inning. Count even, 1-1.
So if he's able to get through this inning quickly, we'll see. I know we saw some action in the Sandoval bullpen.
Yeah, you have action with both. I think they've kind of brought him back into the dugout on the Sandoval side. Count now 1-2.
I guess that you kind of see how many pitches it takes to get through this inning.
And there's a bounce to the third. Great stop by Guidry. The throw is high and safe. As the first baseman DeLone tried to get back on the bag before Cook, but he could not. Look at the replay. That was close.
That was close.
That was way close.
I think home plate's going to talk with him.
Yeah, they're going to discuss it. And first base umpire says, he was safe. And so we'll go with safe.
That was close. That would be a replay review if we were in the majors.
Exactly. They'd be tapping their helmets right now. At least on the college level, for sure. So runner at first. And we're going to call that the third base hit of the game. That's an infield single.
Only two umpires here.
Yep. You don't see that very often.
Mm-mm. That's why I was just looking. I was like, that's an interesting.
Not in district play.
No. That's why I was kind of surprised. So I know there is a big umpire and referee shortage in the state. So if you are interested in doing that, they would contact the LHSA. They would love to have you.
Absolutely. 2-0. Runner at first. I think he crossed up the catcher there.
Yeah.
And it's a ball.
I'm a little surprised it was a ball. I think the umpire was expecting it to be somewhere else, too.
3-0 to Powers, who singled his first at-bat, and there's a strike.
Now, on the flip side, if this inning takes a little while, you might see them start to give somebody else an opportunity in the bullpen.
And that's a pop-up.
Yep. Infield fly right here.
Well, there was no runner on second, so it's just the pop-out to short. So that's the second out of the inning. And Brooks will come to the plate. He struck out. And another thing you might start thinking about, too, is as we get into the fifth inning and an 8-run lead, the 10-run rule could come into effect potentially if Sandoval can get some more runs in the fifth. Strike called.
Warren still has no problem pounding the strike zone.
Right. You have Cook, who reached on an infield hit. Guidry made a great play. Throw was a little high, but not in time, regardless.
Yeah, that was...
It's a great stop by Guidry.
It was.
And there's Guidry again, and there's a throw right. Strike to the first baseman for the third out, 5-3. So you have no runs on one hit, no errors, one left. It's 8-0 as we go to the fifth. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
I'm Duke Gronowski, and I love being a customer of REV. I was with one of the big guys, and I just wasn't getting the service that I expected. With 5-star customer service, I knew I'd be in great hands with REV. So moving into my first home, having technology that worked smoothly and worked every time was very important to me. I do a lot of virtual calls online, conference calls, and it's important for me not to have those calls buffering or paused or anything like that. And the speed is great. The bandwidth is there. Switching to REV Fiber Internet was a no-brainer to me.
Welcome back to the REV Game of the Week. Jeff Porsche and Jonathan Moore with you from East Ascension as we go to the 5th. And it's 8-0 Santa Ma leading East Ascension. And Easton Lambert stays in. He is facing 6, 7, 8. Leighton DeLone, Quentin Elisard, and Jackson Robert. And that's a ball on the outside corner.
It looks like we have a pitcher warmed up for EA, but
don't need him there.
Don't need him there. They're
Pop
just
tomorrow.
Giving Lambert a little bit more time.
Yep. He's probably about at the end of his day because he's thrown a lot of pitches today. Mm-hmm. He's also had a 1-2-3 inning in the third. Maybe he can get another one right here.
Yeah. And, I mean, really, I think it was 3 errors that they've had? Or is it 2 or 3 errors that they've had?
Yeah, 2 errors.
I mean, the errors they've had have cost them runs big time. Mm-hmm. And so you look at Lambert, and he's put his team in a position for this to be a closer game.
Yeah.
So.
And a breaking ball.
He does have a pretty curve.
Yep. It's slow, but it's nice.
Mm-hmm. And it has got great movement on it.
Mm-hmm. And there's another one. 1-1. Give you another update. They're going to the 10th at Live Oak. Prairieville 1, Live Oak 1. And there is a extra base hit into the corner. Oh, he may not get an extra base. He slides. It looked like he had a head-first slide, slipping after he got to first. But Elisar was able to recover and just get to second on the double.
Did he trip?
He rounded first and just lost his footing.
Oh, okay.
He wiped out. Yep, there you go. You see it right there? I don't mean to laugh. He got a double out of it anyway, but it was no harm, no foul. So he is 2 for 3. He had a single and a double. And now Jackson Robert, he is 2 for 2.
So at the end of 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
Giving them problems.
Absolutely. 4, 5, and 6 haven't been much of a problem. 7, 8, and 9 have been they've been on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a fair ball into the other corner, and 1 run will score, making it 9-0.
That's probably going to be at least a triple.
And the runner is going to third. Safe. And so that coveted 10th run, which will make it a 10-run rule, is at third. And we are going to see the end of Easton Lambert right here.
And
so Coach Gremion will, I think, have the hook, and they're already bringing in the relief pitcher from that left field corner. So it's 9-0, as we said. There's a 10-run rule in effect after 5, and the 10th run is at third. Now, it's a home game for East Ascension, so East Ascension will still bat if that happens. So it won't end on the 10th run. But You see Lambert walking away.
It'll be hard to keep that runner in. Only one out. Bringing in, I think that's number 14. So is that Beck Guidry?
Let's see.
Coming in.
You called it. Beck Guidry.
And he is built like a pitcher.
Yeah, he's got that long, slender body.
Yeah, that is a very pitcher frame right there, and
So you have so far this inning 1 run in. Leighton DeLone, he popped to second. Then Elisar had the double into the left field gap, and then Robert had the triple into the right field gap.
So 2 really well hit balls, probably the 2 best hit they've had since that other big double. But
yeah, they've had 4 really well hit balls. The last 2 in a row, Elisar and Robert had those. You had the Guidry double, and then you had the Tomplay triple in the top of the first, where he scored on the error. So, you've had some infield hits as well, and you've had some flares, but Santa Maria now in double digits for hits today. They now have 11. The hit count is 11-3 in favor of Santa Maria. As Lambert did his best. He just ran out of pitches. He had a lot of pitches in that second and fourth inning, and it just ran. I'm certain he ran into probably the 30s or close to the 30s in both of those innings.
Yeah, and even the first inning, even though they only got 1 run, he threw a lot of pitches in that first inning too. He had a lot of pitches there, so like he said, he was at the end of his run, but he did put a few that should have been caught that would have helped save some runs, but
yeah. So we'll see if Carter Stevens can drive home the 10th run. And it is a fly out, and they're not going to tag as you have Dill playing shallow, and it saves him a run. That might have fallen for a base hit if he doesn't play shallow right there.
Yep, and the wind has really shifted. It is now blowing in pretty consistently over the past couple of innings. It's still coming out of right field, but it is blowing towards the infield to left field, and so you kind of seen them sink it up even farther.
Yep. Now Tom play. Triple, error, fly out. This is a critical.
Says
he went around, so it's 0-2. This is a critical at bat for East Ascension in the field, because if you can get them out, you don't have to worry about a 10-run rule. Nobody wants to lose on a 10-run rule.
And he is basically standing on the plate now.
Yeah, he loves that. Prairieville scored on Live Oak in the 10th. It's 2-1. Breaking ball.
Yep. And the pitcher, you can see during warm-ups, he's trying to find that breaking ball. Had a little bit of trouble with control with it while he was warming up. His fastball has looked good. And you were able to see right there, got the little pop out with it, but haven't seen control of the breaking ball yet.
That one must have been a little low. It was close. 3-2. It looks tight, but you got to remember, he's got both feet on the chalk right there. So it's not really that tight. And there's a grounder to first. He holds on to it, but there's nobody there, and the run will score, making it 10-0. Lacombe got his glove on it, then kind of lost it for a second, and Guidry was not running to the bag, and so there was no play.
Expected him to be running, and when he turned to make the throw and didn't see him, you kind of saw it. He was moving, but when he turned to make the throw to the pitcher, he wasn't there, and you can kind of see he lost the ball.
Yep, and the official scorekeeper will call that a base hit, so it's an RBI. First RBI of the day for Tom Play. And now it's 10-0. So Sandoval will be playing for the win in the bottom of the 5th. Not going. Counts 2-0.
So that's rough if you're Guidry.
Yep. It was definitely something that could have been an out.
And that's kind of been the story of the game, with those 4 well-hit balls, but then several others that could have been a quick out.
It's 10-0. Strike. 1-2. Or make it 2-2. 2 outs.
He's done very well with that fastball.
Fouled away.
I think that's the 4th time he's thrown his hat off.
You love the drama. High. It's become a thing for you, huh?
I mean, you got to love baseball. It's the little things in baseball.
Yep.
It's the fun things you do when you get on second. It's the things you do after you get a strikeout.
And his cap was off as he got the caught looking right there for the 3rd out, but 2 runs have scored on 3 hits, no errors, 1 left. It's 10-0. And we are getting close to the end of the school year. It's spring break next week, and so that means we're getting to the end of spring sports. But we got some games coming up on REV.
We do. Next week we got Prairieville High at Sandoval softball and Prairieville High at Sandoval on baseball. That's going to be on April the 2nd and the 6th. And then we also have Sandoval at Dutchtown in softball. It's going to be happening on the 7th. So all those games are huge, especially the Prairieville Sandoval, because they are fighting for playoff positioning. So
yes,
that's going to be really big right there. And then Sandoval Dutchtown softball as well. So don't want to miss those.
All those teams are playoff contenders, and most of those teams are probably already securely in the postseason. But now you're in a position where you want to play for. You either want to get a something in the top 16, so you get a first round series, or maybe you want to get in the top 8 because you get 2 series at home. But then you get something like Dutchtown, and it's going to be really important for them to win games because they could be in the they could have 3 home series, and everybody's trying to get to Sulphur. And tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean the best 24 go. The first 2-8, they're going to get a first round bye, and 9 through 24, they're going to be best of 3s, and you're going to be playing at the higher seeds place. That's going to be April the 15th to the 18th. So we're only 3 weeks away from playoffs. And then rounds 2, 3, and 4, it's going to be another best of 3 series played at the higher seed and followed by the finals. And like you said, everyone wants to be at Sulphur.
Yep.
So,
and you got 3 teams that are definite Sulphur contenders in District 5-5A baseball. And Sandoval, they need to keep on winning to increase their chances as well. As pitch is high, 2-0. This is what Moran wants because he's going to face 7, 8, and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, this is Camden Snowden and then Cole Simpson and Peyton Morrow. So I think right at this point he just needs to throw some strikes and see what he can do here. And he gets one right there, 2-1. Snowden popped the first. Now Moran has come back to 2-2. If East Ascension doesn't get any runs in the 5th, this game is over on the 10-run rule.
Yeah, and Moran going for the complete game. Moran going for the complete game shutout right here.
Popped, foul, out of play. It's been a busy couple of weeks for you, and I know you can hear your voice, and you've been active on the coaching front, right?
I have. I've been at we had powerlifting. The last month has been 2 regionals in powerlifting for the state, and then this week is the state championship, which I coach, assistant coach at Ascension Christian. We had 3 of our students win state in their weight class. So Noah Brogue, Caleb Robbins, and Christian Guitro, all 3 winning state. And then we had 2 other students, Micah Bergeron and Nate Benedetto, finished second. And out of our whole team, we brought all but one of our powerlifting team to state. So I was there Wednesday encouraging them with my voice to lift the heavy weights. And then I was there Thursday with our girls team. And I know right now Santa Maula has Kent Pearson that's lifting today and going for, I think last time I checked, he was second. So a lot of fun, a lot of weightlifting this week, but it has been busy. But it's spring season, and there's always sports. There's always fun going on in the spring.
Right. Congratulations to you guys. That's an awesome job, and you've done a great job coaching these guys. So
thank you.
That's awesome. Now over here, you just walked the number 7 hitter, which you don't want to do. He's had some control issues lately, it feels.
Yeah, and Coach Ricka coming out right now, as if on cue.
Yep.
Coach Ricka coming out right now, making sure, hey, man, we got this. Do we need to bring in somebody else?
Mm-hmm. They don't really. They were warming up somebody about an inning and a half ago, but he has gone to the dugout, whoever that was. And I guess this gives us a chance to talk about the assistant coaches. You got Coach Ricka, and, of course, coaching is in his family. Ryan Ricka. And then they got a lot of coaches here. Mike Toops, Colby Sheets, Dayton Ardwin, and Skylar Inlow. So it's a family affair with the Ricka family for sure.
Yeah, and, they've coached a lot of places. I know they were with us at Ascension Christian for a little while. We got to work with the Rickas some, and so just a great coaching family right there. And there's a lot of pressure when you're coaching Santa Maula.
Yeah.
There are – and they're not unrealistic. There are high expectations for that program.
Yep.
If you're coaching at Santa Maula, you're coaching at a team that people know, hey, we're contenders. And so there's a lot of pressure there, but Coach Ricka seems to be answering it well this year. They're 500.
Yep. And a swing and a miss. At Santa Maula, just making the playoffs isn't good enough. You got to get 2 or 3 rounds in. You got to be a team that goes to Sulphur. Coach Bravada got to the finals a few years ago. As now you have a strikeout for the first out, and Simpson goes down. He is 0 for 2 for the day. Now Peyton Morrow is going to come to the plate. He got a base hit to right center.
Yeah, that 9-hole magic. You always. That's what you want. You want the 9-hole. Hey, man, just get on base. Give us a chance to get you around. So,
and it could get interesting because, as I said, you got Browning on deck. And I did confirm with Eric Brownfield, Hudson Browning is going to Northwestern State in Natchitoches.
Yeah, you love it when kids stay in state. Natchitoches, beautiful place, beautiful college campus.
And a pitch low, 2-0.
Had the privilege to spend a lot of time up there with my little brother who went to LSMSA,
Yep, that's where I graduated from.
Oh, you didn't know that. That's awesome. Yeah, that's so just a beautiful place, and especially around Christmas.
Yep, Christmas lights are great. 2-1 to Morrow. Yeah, I didn't know that you had a gifty in your family as well.
We did. My middle brother went there, and then ended up going to GW University, graduated from Virginia Law, so it's a lot of time spent up in that area. And you know what, man, I think I remember the most is beautiful, great meat pies.
Yep, absolutely. And you got me. I'm the voice of Rev Sports.
Yep.
All the big names. And there is a drive to short, past Blanchard for a base hit. And that one just died very quickly, and Morrow is now 2 for 2.
So now if you're Coach Ricka.
Yeah, I don't know if you got a guy to. I think that Moran is going to have to finish this.
Yeah, he's looking. He's turning around right now, asking the guys, "What do y'all think?" And
This is interesting.
This is where Browning now. You're a senior. It's your last time playing Santa Maria, most likely. Yep. This is where you get to play spoiler. We're going to keep you out here longer than you want to be.
And he's just having trouble throwing strikes.
Yep. And that wind has died, so there's not a big crosswind that's driving the ball into the field, so this is your chance.
EA needs a run or this game is over, and it's 2-0.
Catcher lost the ball right there. EA's runners.
Yeah, Kuntz sort of got behind him.
So
this is 1 out. Snowden at second, Morrow at first. Outside, 3-0.
So right now you're telling Browning if he looks over, hey, you wait for your pitch. Do not just jump at the first thing you see. Wait for your pitch. He's got to burn 3 past you.
I think this is going to be a strike. This is a situation where you want to be careful because you don't want to give Browning a pitch at 3-0 or 3-1 that he can pull and get EA on the board. Fly to deep center. This will at least advance the runner at second. Caught by Miet. Snowden is ahead of the throw and safe. So that's a sack to center for the second out. So now 90 feet away from playing on. So either you get a run and we play the 6th, or you get a third out and this game is over. So some suspense here. Dill is at the plate. Will Morian get the complete game shutout?
A little high right there, and you can kind of see some of his velocity has dropped these last 2 innings, and his control's not been where it was, but he's still getting swings and misses. He's still getting some pop outs.
Count 1-1. There was some action. It was just kind of in our blind spot behind the ticket booth, and I saw him come in. So they do have a relief pitcher ready, and we'll see if Dill walks here and they load the bases, whether or not they decide to make a change. Strike. And so now 1 strike away. 2-2 with 2 outs, 2 on.
Now if you're Dill, you've got to protect the plate. You know, anything that's close, you got to foul it off.
Fly to center, and will the center fielder get there? He does. Miet makes the catch, and this game is over. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left, and that will do it for our broadcast tonight as Santa Maria wins on the 10-run rule by a final score of 10-0 in 5 innings, 10 runs on 12 hits for the Gators, no runs on 4 hits, and 2 errors for the Spartans as we look at our seniors one more time.
Yeah, just one more time, honoring the seniors. They played, made the team, did so well, and we got Dylan Powers, Lucas Cook, Peyton Morrow, and Dawson Landry. Go on the next page, Ethan Dill, Avi Gotro, Camden Snowden, Easton Lambert down there who pitched today. And then we have Ethan Blanchard, Hudson Browning, and Chop Lewis, the class of 2026. And, you know, you wish you would have gone out with a victory against Santa Maria, but unfortunately not able to pull it off today. But good job by all these seniors. Way to go. We saw the shirt off their back, the teachers that meant a lot to them. And they'll remember for the rest of their life the years they got to play baseball at Ascension High School.
Absolutely. As you see the victorious Gators there after the game, and coming up next week, you got one more game of the week.
You do. You got Prairieville High at Santa Maria, and then both at baseball and softball. That's going to be the 2nd and the 6th. So mark your calendars. You do not want to miss those games. because that is the big-time playoff implications with these games. And then on the 7th, Santa Maria at Dutchtown softball. And like we always talk about, it's cross-parish rivalry. It is always a fun game to watch.
Absolutely. And I have one final score update before we sign off. They're going to the 11th.
They scored a second run? Wow.
2-2. I think they were in extra innings before we started this game. There's still in extra innings, and this game is over, which is kind of interesting. But we want to thank everybody. We want to thank Priya and Jake on cameras, and Eric Brignac, new addition to the staff. Good job. And then you have, of course, Andre directing, doing a great job as always, and Lyle Boudreau back home. And for Jonathan Moore, I'm Jeff Boris. Again, our final score, Santa Maria beats East Ascension 10-0. You have been watching the Rev Game of the Week.